coming tonight. I know that several of you were on the WebEx last night, the land use meeting, so I appreciate you guys doing double duty. I know it's not easy. So thank you so much. We are working to try to make sure that our schedule between now and the holidays is a little lighter. But as things come to us, we have to respond. So just know we're doing our level best to be fair to you, scheduling wise. Tonight we're going to be looking at two businesses. Tonight our first business is here now at 6:40. We will go through the questionnaire, ask any questions that we have in addition. You guys have received the questionnaire. We don't have to re-answer those questions, but we'll go around. After he talks about his business, we can then ask any follow-up questions, and then when he's done, you can feel free to go home, warm up. Then we can have a discussion as a committee. At this point, we are one person shy. Christine, the camera is something to you off. We can.
That's okay.
Once we get, we're
It's
waiting.
still recording.
People are running late tonight. It's a 6:30 start. So once we have quorum, we can then take a vote and put together a recommendation. Just so that you know, you'll meet with us tonight, then we will have our board meeting on the 6th. It would be great if you could be there for additional questions from the community board. Community board is about 45 folks. Tonight you're meeting with the Consumer Affairs Committee. They will be the ones to make the board's recommendation. They're also the committee that makes the recommendations on liquor licenses. So they're pretty well versed in dealing with businesses of this nature. So that's the process for tonight. As we're going through the meeting, we are constantly working to improve our questionnaire. If a question is asked tonight and you feel it should already be on the questionnaire, please let us know. We can update the questionnaire for the next set of applicants, so that we can continue to improve our process, because we feel that the more questions we ask up front, the less time we will have to spend here deliberating, and we can be more targeted in the questions that we ask our applicants. Okay? Does the board does the committee have any questions at this time? Your chairs for tonight are Gladys Sandoval and Beatrice Leon. So I will turn the floor over to yourself, so you can introduce yourself, introduce your business, and tell us about your experience in the community.
My name is my young son.
I think we should tell them. Just turn, it's here, just press the phone. I think everybody should use my phone just for the recording, if you don't mind. Thank you.
Hello, my name is my young son. My business is Lemon Heads LLC. I've been in the community already for 6 years. I have an electronic cigarette dealer license and a CB retail license. So I'm pretty familiar with the regulations, and both licenses I do have, they're both a 21 and over license, so it's kind of similar already to the THC license, and both of them are good standards.
Hello. Okay. I just have a few questions regarding the answers that you provided.
The light's on, but nobody's working.
Thank you. You mentioned that when we asked the question, what products do you anticipate selling? You just put THC products. Can you be a little bit more specific what that is like?
I guess tinctures, edibles, anything that the state allows me to sell. So it will go from pre-rolls to the flower itself, and tinctures and edibles, that's basically what it is. And topicals.
And what was the last one?
Topicals, which is HR creams.
So you said that you were going to be on site on a daily basis. When you're not there, who's in charge of the business?
I will have a general manager.
And in the question where you mentioned that you're going to offer delivery, how will you begin the delivery person? Is it someone that will work directly for your company, or is there someone that you're hiring from outside to,
Like a third party?
delivery?
Oh, delivery.
Delivery services.
It's gonna be straight to us. It's not gonna be a third party.
And when you mentioned that you are going to choose, to use New York State growers, how do you choose them, the growers?
I've met a couple of them already, just that there's so many of them, so I have just any grower that's in the New York State, that's eligible to sell to us.
And my last question is, you said that you're converting your current business. I don't know if you explained that just now, but what business do you do right now?
CBD hemp retail and electronic cigarette device.
So I took a look at your business plan, you submitted your business model, and you are seeking, a loan of $500,000 for this business. Were you able to secure that financing yet?
No, not as yet, because I haven't got approved for the licensure.
Okay, so, if the license is approved, do you know if if you will be approved, or will this be sort of a personal investment?
Well, that would be up to New York State, but there is funds available for anybody that's approved.
Okay, and then in terms of, do you know if there are other businesses around that are selling similar products to you?
Not to my knowledge.
So the location you picked and signed a lease with is you're gonna be one of the only cannabis and or THC shops in
Yeah.
that area?
Yes.
Have you gone through with, the Office of Cannabis Management, gotten approval for your location?
Not as of yet.
Not as of yet. That does bring up some questions and concerns that we have. I'm the chair of the community board, I should have said that before. The PS 139 is 1,056 feet from your business, which I think is actually allowable. I think it has to be like 500 or 1,000. There's also but the thing is, there's a synagogue 210 feet from your business, your proposed location. And so I am wondering, if you're able to kind of get that, are you able to get that cleared up?
Well, it's supposed to be within 200 feet, so I'm 210 feet, so I'm actually.
200 feet from a house of worship? I thought it was 500 feet from a house of worship.
It's 200.
200 from a house of worship? Okay.
And there's a liquor store right next door to me already.
Yes, that is a fact. Okay, all right, fine. My other question was, so currently right now, you run, your own sort of type of smoke shop, correct? Like your CBD and other products, correct?
Yeah, similar, yes.
Okay, have you had any entanglements with folks trying to come in and purchase, rollers, flowers?
Yes,
And how have you handled that?
that's how we're gonna sell it.
You don't sell it, you don't sell it at all, okay. All right, and, let me see here. Your general manager, you've done probably no hiring at this point, correct?
Not at this point.
Not at this point, no. And I saw that you've made a commitment to hire 60 to 80% from within the community, correct?
Yeah, yes.
My final question for right now is in regards to your delivery. You say it's not gonna be a third party, it's gonna be, people who work for you. Is it going to be a single person going out to make that delivery? Person places order, delivery person goes to then fulfill said order?
It's gonna be probably a couple of drivers.
It's gonna be what, I'm sorry?
It's probably gonna be a couple of drivers.
A couple of drivers, but the driver will go on their own solo, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then how are they verifying, the age of the recipient?
Well, they would have to submit it, before they purchase it on the website, and then during the process of picking up the product, they would have to show the ID again.
So they would have to show the ID but how do they ensure the authenticity? Because I've always been of the opinion that New York City teenagers look like 20 freaking years old.
Well,
So how do they ensure that?
Well, it has to be the same ID. So whenever they submit online, it will have to be the same ID they present in person.
But what if they submit a fake ID online?
Well, we would have to check that.
Oh, so does that go through the point of sale system?
Yes.
So that goes through the point of sale system. Okay, and so if someone tried to do like a fake ID,
The point of sale system would take care of that, and they would check it.
and then you would reach out and say, I'm sorry, dude, you're crap out of luck, basically?
Exactly.
Okay, all right, that's helpful, thank you so much, I'm gonna shut up now. Come on, y'all, you didn't come here for nothing, what you got? Okay.
Hello, my name is Brooklyn, I'm on the committee. I just have a question regarding, just want to go in more detail if you could about your intention of getting back to the community. You just mentioned local schools, hospitals, police, and fire department. What do you, does that mean? Like, is this monetary donation, some support in their events? What do you mean by that?
It'll be quarterly, so it'll be depending on, where we be donating to, but, everybody will have their own, I guess, different category, how we donate, but it'll be quarterly.
And how would you handle if someone comes back to you and says they can't accept your donation? Would you just look for someone else in the community?
Yes.
And then this is more in detail. So for number 8, you said yes, you have business experience and has cannabis or otherwise. Do you have cannabis experience, or is that more the otherwise?
Otherwise.
Okay, so you don't have any cannabis. Are you looking for to hire a general manager that will have cannabis experience?
Yes, but I do have CB retail license, so I
Yeah.
do have that type of experience as well.
Great. And then my last question, it was kind of hitting off of what Heather said. You said you're going to be hiring 68%. Well, can I ask why not 100?
Well, if it's 100% of that apply, and they fit the category, it'll be 100%.
Okay, cool, awesome. Thank you. That's all I have right now.
Yeah.
Just want to ask them to see where this location, where is this location on 63rd Drive?
This location on 63rd Drive, okay, it's right by the, railroads, trestle. If you know that, there's a produce shop on 63rd Drive that is infamous for double parking. They're literally across the street. So it's like in between the Alderton and the trestle.
That's where the new liquor store is.
Yes, the Continental Liquor Store. Because it's bright and shiny, it's actually quite, it's quite a aesthetic improvement.
Is it church? Oh.
The synagogue, I did check, just, and that's what I wanted to clarify, I did pull it up on my notes. It is 200 feet for a synagogue, so, for a house of worship, and it is 500 feet for a school. And so since the school is 1,000 feet away, the school clears, and since the synagogue is 210, he fits within the law. We did have some folks ask in our last board meeting if you're comfortable, even though you're within the law, being that close to a house of worship. Do you have any issue with that? Mm-hmm.
A little, but, if the law lets me be within the, business guidelines, I should take advantage of that.
Understood. Spoken like a true businessman. Go ahead.
So recently in the news, there's been reports of robberies at smoke shops, because not smoke shops, but at, cannabis shops, because a lot of it is dealt with in cash, right? Because I think the shops encourage people to use cash over credit cards for a discount or taxless advantage. What will you have in place in terms of the safety so that the surrounding areas is right in the neighborhood, it's right in the middle of the neighborhood? That's where actually, that's my mother's street, So is there going to be a protocol in place for safety, and how will the people in the neighborhood still feel safe if there is a type of shop and attracting certain types of people?
Well, we're gonna hire security, so we're gonna have security on premises. Like I said on the questions, we have one during the daytime and 2 from the evening to close it.
Do you feel that you might need on weekends to maybe have 2 security in the afternoon?
Possibly, yes.
Okay, because that seems to be, our concern, and we know that you have to be a cash business. We know because of the federal laws and regulations, and we would like to see that hurdle cleared, because we feel like it actually brings crime to the community, to business, it's legitimate. So my question to you, you said that you will have security cameras, it will have 6 months worth of footage, correct?
Yes.
Will you have a safe on site as well for product?
Yes.
You will have a safe on site, okay? And you said no consumption of product on site, correct?
Yes.
Do you ever plan to maybe expand into that, or no, that's just not something you're interested in at all?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment, okay. And then, just out of curiosity, how would you handle, I know you've handled it as a business now, but because you don't actually sell cannabis, but you're gonna be running a business that does sell cannabis. So you're in a community, you've got kids coming home from school, from high school, and they try to stop by. I mean, what is sort of the protocol? Do they get in the store? How do you know?
Well, we check ID before they come in,
Okay.
and then we're gonna check ID before they purchase as well. So if they're not the age, they won't be coming.
Okay, so you check ID when they come in, and if they don't meet the requirements, then they basically get shown.
They're turned away.
I'm sorry, is there gonna be like, you know how in clubs, there's like an ID scanner, you guys will have access to one of those, right?
Yes, we will.
Okay.
And that's, scanners supposed to be provided by the government or some private company that they're gonna be issuing those scanners for the ID?
Private company will issue them.
And I'm sorry, did I miss before, do you live in the community?
I don't live too far away.
Okay. Very good, and you've been doing business in the community, you said for 6 years, correct?
Almost 6 years. Right?
Almost 6 years, okay. And have you found how are things going for you?
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay? All right, it's fair. Any other questions from the committee? Any other questions, thinking back to what people asked at our last, okay.
Yeah, just one quick question, because I was over there the other night. So your store is the one next to it, correct? Isn't there the one you currently,
We have the blue one.
you have the blue one next door?
Yes.
You're gonna have both?
No.
No. So you're moving over?
No, just the blue one.
Just the blue one, okay, because the other one's empty, correct? Or is there somebody in there already?
There is somebody.
All right, I didn't, okay, so you're basically just gonna change.
Just convert the business I have
All
right
right,
now.
all right, on that note, what is gonna be your signage in front of the store? How do you perceive that?
I'm not too sure yet because I don't have a logo, but, it's gonna be definitely a new sign. It's gonna be nice.
You don't know yet,
I really don't know exactly, but it's gonna be a new sign.
because that's come up in other meetings, that's why I'm asking. Okay, all right.
I just want to ask another question. I see that your store is half a block from Alderston. Right in the corner of in the street, the first house, is a place that kid goes to learn, to get improved in school. So that's very close to the store, and next door is almost a synagogue. So you're very close to those two places.
I don't understand the question.
The question is that you're too close, right in the
No,
corner.
he's actually, I measured, his business is 210 feet from the synagogue, which he is permitted to be within 200 feet. So he is he's within the law. He is not breaking the law by being in his position. And the tutoring place does not qualify as a school. It is not seen as a school, it is a tutoring place, and it's also not used, 5 days a week, consistently like a school is, and it's only part of the building. That's the other thing that the law is written. So like if, for example, a church is a storefront and upstairs somebody lives in an apartment, or like in this synagogue, I believe it's a situation with the house, where the synagogue is on street level, rabbi might be upstairs. Then the synagogue portion is only half the building, so the way the law is written is that you have to have full possession of the building. So that would put him well within his rights, so he's not actually breaking the law at all, being in his position.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Sure, you will be part of our community in one way or another. You already are part of our community. I want to go back to David's comment about the sign and Anisia's comment about the kids. You are already aware of that, and that's great. I think your signage is very important. If you just go around the neighborhood and you look at some of the signs that are out there, I don't want to say it looks like a honky-tonk town, Coney Island or anything like that. We want it to be somewhat conforming to what our community is about. We don't necessarily want to attract the kids